Hi everybody, I'm Emily Gillespie and you're here with me for my weekly art chat live on Instagram. When I was just a kid in grade school, my art teacher told me I wasn't good at arts. I believed her, and for many years I quit doing any kind of activities that I thought were artistic. It took until I was married with a young child at home to rediscover my creativity and how much joy it brings into my life. Now I love to cheer on other women and help them reconnect with the things that bring them creative joy. These art chats are a way for me to share my thoughts on issues facing creatives and provide encouragement. Thanks for being here with me. Before I get started, I wanted to let you know that my Reverie collection is finally almost ready. It's taken a lot longer than I originally thought. I've never released a collection of work like this before, so it has been a learning process about everything that is involved with creating a collection, as well as managing my own expectations for the amount of time it actually takes. So thank you all for being so patient as I've worked on these pieces and the behind the scenes work especially that doesn't involve painting. I can't wait to share them all with you. Just a quick peek. So I don't know how well you can see these. This is called Glimmers of Reality. It's 8x8. And this one is called Invisible Overflow. So that's a sneak peek. And I'll be sending out a newsletter in the next, probably in the next weekish, with more details. I'm working on getting everything listed on the website, so it'll be ready for you really, really soon. Today's episode is about creative milestones. As I was getting my notes together for this week, I was thinking about how good we are as people about celebrating certain things in our lives. Graduations, birthdays and anniversaries, especially the big ones, turning 15 or 16, learning how to drive, turning 21. We have housewarming parties when people move, and we shower people with gifts when they marry or have children. We congratulate people when they get a job or a promotion, and also when they retire. These big things call for big celebrations. But what about the smaller things? We're not so good at honoring those, especially when they relate to something like creativity that many people see as just a hobby. There's all different kinds of milestones you can celebrate within your creative life. You can celebrate the anniversary of your business, a certain number of social media posts, whether it's 10 or 100 or 1,000. You can celebrate getting to do a collaboration with someone you admire, a collection release, some kind of local appreciation like an award, a newspaper article, artist of the month at your local art center, featured artists at your local art gallery, getting a book deal, licensing your work, opening a store, whether that's brick and mortar or online, sticking with it when things get difficult, building a community, both of peers and of customers, leading your very first live workshop, finishing something you've struggled with, learning something new, the satisfaction of figuring it out as you go along, or even just stepping outside of your comfortable space and trying something new and different. It can be really difficult to accept praise for these milestones for a few reasons. Sometimes our successes are more internal and they're not visible to other people. Sometimes other people don't even know that we've had success. We tend to view success through the lens of commercial or financial prosperity, and so we downplay other accomplishments that aren't measurable in the same way. Similarly, success isn't always measurable in any specific metric. And then, sometimes like something went well, like it went okay, it met your expectations, but it didn't go as well as you would have liked, so you just don't feel like celebrating. But even the fact that you did it is worth celebrating sometimes. We should celebrate ourselves more, because it forces us to find value in our process and not just focusing on the results. It reminds us of the gifts we were given and that we should honor them. It allows us to find satisfaction in our work and in reaching the goal. It allows us to rest. It allows us to acknowledge how far we have come, to gain confidence in knowing that we can do hard things. It gives us a sense of gratitude and recognition of the small things in life. We become an inspiration to ourselves rather than striving to be more like others. And we can also be an inspiration or a motivator for other people as they see our successes and we're reaching our goals. They can be inspired to start reaching out toward the things they dream about. So how would you observe the occasion for these kind of things? You can do something as simple as taking yourself out, maybe with your family or a few friends, but that's only one option. Some other ideas are to take a day off work and create for yourself. You could journal about your experiences, your thoughts, accomplishments, and the lessons you've learned. You could treat yourself to something special, whether that's a new art supply, a piece of equipment, continued learning, an online class, or an in-person workshop, or even just investing back into yourself or your business was something that would be meaningful. No matter what you choose, the standard is that you need to take time to sit and acknowledge that achievement. Even if that's all you do, just recognize the hard work you've put in, the hours, the time, the moments of frustration when you feel like you're going to pull your hair out. You got through all that, and you still made it to your goal. So that's really something. That means something, and you should recognize that. So these things you do to celebrate, they don't have to be anything big. In movies, they always celebrate a promotion, like going all out, a fancy, expensive dinner. You know what I'm talking about. It's usually a rom-com or a chick flick or something. But that's not necessarily reality. Even something small, like treating yourself to a pedicure, a nice bottle of wine, fresh flowers for your home, or making your favorite dessert. Those are all great ways to reward yourself, and to, you don't need to go crazy. Another important thought is that you really need to let others share that joy with you. And it can be uncomfortable because, letting people in to your creative work and the things that you do, that's an act of vulnerability. And if they are not familiar with the things that you do, it might be a surprise for them. They might not understand, but share it anyway. Give them the benefit of the doubt, because you never know. Your family, your friends, neighbors, coworkers, your community all around you, they want to celebrate with you. They'll be so happy to cheer you on. And you don't have to have a big party or a big hoopla event. But, just let them know. Take credit for what you've done. Don't downplay it. And accept the compliment when they give it to you, because they will. I know it can be much easier said than done, but try not to get hung up on specific events that are not related to sales or numbers or volume in your business, or in your general creative life. There can be there is value to those in some situations. There is merit, but they should not be your focus. The important thing is that you should commemorate the journey that you've been on and honor your hard work. So sometime this week, I want you to take a few minutes to think over your achievements. It can be small or big. It doesn't have to be anything recent. It could be today or last week or 6 months ago or 5 years ago. It doesn't really matter. But take a minute and look back and see all that you have accomplished, because one at a time, they might look kind of insignificant, but over time that they add up, and you can build a lot through small, consistent steps. You've worked hard to get where you are, so think about that. Take a break, rest and relax, refresh your spirits, and then get back to it and start working on the next thing. That's all I have for tonight. Thanks for being here for this week's Art Chat. I hope you have some new things to think about, and I would love to hear about how you celebrate your little things. Leave a comment or send me a DM on Instagram and tell me all about it. Make sure you're following me here to be notified of future episodes, or you can subscribe to my newsletter. The link is in my Instagram bio. See you next week for a new episode. I hope you join me.